What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel where you subscribe for daily updates on Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. It does look like it's time for a big move today. We'll take a look at the charts, see what that move may be. I'll tell you some key areas I'm watching for, and don't forget, we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. Let's get into it. Alright guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading in any markets. And I want to remind you, we are doing the Ledger Nano S giveaway on Sunday. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you're subscribed to the channel, smash that like button, and leave your comments down below. That'll also get you entered to win. We'll be doing on Sunday also is the $100 account on Prime XBT. I will choose a winner for each, not for both, just one winner for Ledger and one winner for the $100 account on Prime. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Fear and Greed Index, we are at 49. We raised 1 point from yesterday, still in the neutral. People are getting more and more bullish. We're going to take a look at the macro. As you can see, each blue arrow is a lower high in the macro. And if we look at the higher high in the price action, lower high in the RSI on the monthly is bearish. A monthly close above this yellow dotted trend line, which we've drawn off of these wicks right here. A monthly close above that could be bullish. Other than that, I remain bearish. I'll show you guys my trade too that I'm still in. Let's take a look at the bullish case. I know people are extremely bullish right now. And again, a lot is depending on this yellow trend line for today. The yellow dotted line, and we'll take a look. We'll zoom into smaller. Make sure you stick around for the whole video. We're going to zoom into smaller time frames and take a look at what's going on. So if we look at this falling broadening wedge, right here on the weekly where the breakout was over here, that is a measured move of 16,000. It's first bullish case scenario. The second being the thick white trend lines here as a triangle. The measured move of that is around 27,000. I'm not there yet. I don't believe that's what's happening. Let's see how this trend line holds up here for today, and we'll see what happens. But as you can see, price moving up, volume declining. I think we're going to have a big move down in the very near future still. Prime XBT, if you guys haven't checked it out already and you want to get into trading, I definitely suggest you check it out. I'll leave a Prime XBT tutorial up top. The greatest thing about trading, guys, is that you can make money when the market goes up. You can make money when the market goes down. I suggest at least try it if you're interested. If you want to use my promo code Savy50, that gets you 50% on top of whatever you deposit every time you make a deposit up to 1 Bitcoin. You can use that towards your available margin. Savy25 gets you 25% off your fees. And where I'm at with this right now, I am negative $18. As you guys know, I'm short 1 Bitcoin. I still have another order at 11,100. I have my stops at 11,300 and my take profits on this trade at 10,500. I could have took profits down here yesterday, but that's not how I trade. I'm trading the longer term, longer time frame. The shorter the time frame, the harder it is to trade, and the higher leverage. If you're new to trading, don't do crazy high leverage. But on Prime, you can trade Bitcoin, ETH, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, tons of Forex trades, oil, gold, silver, Dow Jones, S&P 500, everything all on this one-stop shop for trading. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. Let's look at the day. Oh yeah, the weekly. One more thing in the weekly we've been talking about is the RSI. And like I said, there's always that chance for one more pump up to retest this top trend line here. If we close above this trend line on the weekly, then I get bullish, which I highly doubt that's going to happen. But my main area I'm watching is a retest of this bottom trend line. That is where I get extremely bullish. But But guys, there is tons of money to be made trading in this area right now. We are about to get a huge move. This could be a massive, massive trade. Now let's look at what's going on here. I have this top resistance line in white, support in yellow, rising broadening wedge. We broke out right here. The measured move of that is 38. Remember, we have a CME gap all the way down to the 3570, I think it is. We also have one around 7,600, and then we have our $9,700 CME gap also. There's nothing to say they have to change, they have to fill, which they usually do. So definitely, you got to keep that in perspective. So, all right, let's look at where we're at now. The highest I see us going here is 11.6. If we break 11.6 and close the daily above that, I would be bullish. And that would be making this trend line here support. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's more likely we break this bottom trend line off of these wicks here. As of right now, if we came straight down today, would be around 98.50 or whatever. A break and a close of a daily below that would be coming down to the next trend line, which would be in this 7,600 area. And then, of course, we got our lower lows. But like I said, we're going to zoom in to different time frames. Let's look at the daily RSI. We could come up to retest this. And if, as you guys know, I believe all this is just like this over here. Obviously, it's a little bigger. I do believe there's most likely some very bad news coming, just like we had very bad news over here. And if we look at where it's at in the charts, right in this area, we had this dip, move up. We reset the RSI for the crash, and it looks like we're resetting right now for a crash. I've been warning about this for some time. I do think it may come into fruition real quick. But let's look at over here. If we draw a trend line off of these wicks, this was pretty much the same exact area. Same thing happened. Yeah, that's the, I mean, it's almost like an identical twin. I mean, it's amazing. But I do believe we are going to eventually fall from here. As you can see, I have them circled in this daily chart. Now, let's take a look at another view in this daily. Looking at this as a rising broadening wedge, which is bearish. If you look at the bottom trend line, it's the white dashed trend lines. And as of right now, that area I was talking about, the main trend line off of these wicks, going down to here, we popped out. I believe this was a bull trap we had been talking about forever. And I believe more bulls just continue to get trapped on every little pump. So, as you can see on this trend line, we hit it perfectly. And as of right now, it is resistance. If we can get support on this 55 EMA, which is around 10,780, and get a bounce and break this 11.1 and close the daily above that, we could be bullish to that 11.6 range. If we break 11.6, then we could be looking as high as to retest this trend line at 13.6. I don't see it. I'm still bearish here, guys. Let's take a look at the Fibonacci retracements. If this was the top, which I believe it was, from the swing low to the swing high, the fib retracement levels, 0.236 fib is at 10,464. If we come back down, break that again, break that 9,800. And then we have the 0.382, which is at 9180. If that doesn't hold, 8153, which is the 0.5. If that doesn't hold, and it doesn't mean we go directly straight down, guys. We could come down. We're going to bounce in between this stuff. So be aware. But if that does break, the golden pocket's between 68.50 and 72. And the measured move, if we break that golden pocket and this rising broadening wedge plays out, about 64.50. And then we have our 0.786 fib at 56.80. And then, of course, our gap fill down here. Now, let's take a look at one more chart. As you guys see, I have it circled. Same thing. I believe this is still going to happen. I know a lot of people say, no way this can happen. Yes, there is a way this could happen. We didn't know about the virus and back here, and I called 5,300, and people were calling me crazy, saying it would never happen. The bulls get so vicious about it has to keep going up. That's when I get more bearish, because they get so persistent and they know it's going to go up. So anyways, I was calling 53 and we got all the way down to 38. I believe we're going to have the same type thing here, guys. And we'll take a look at the DXY to the dollar index, and I'll show you what I think we should be watching. But I drew a trend line off these peaks here. You can see just how everything is looking identical. Back here, from the swing high here to the swing low, we got rejected at the 0.5 fib. And we are actually sitting on the 0.5 fib. We got some wicks above it here. If we do break up past this high here, 11,225 is 0.618. And then to come up and retest this trend line is going to be that 11,600 range. Like I said, a break above that, then I get bullish. But I just don't see it happening. I see bulls getting wrecked here. Just my opinion. Don't trade off of what I'm seeing. Make sure you do your own due diligence. But it does not look good for the bulls. If you guys are interested in helping the webpage out, check out my wife's webpage, inkyourimage.com. There is a link below along with some other affiliate links that really help the channel out. She can do a lot of cool stuff here. Anything you want, really. Doesn't have to be just what you see. Any coin, any saying, family pictures, whatever it is, quality stuff, not garbage. All right, so the 4 hour, looking at the rising wedge. One more thing before we look at the wedge, let me just show you something real quick that is standing out pretty bad. Look at these highs here. That swing high and this swing high, lower high, higher high in the RSI. That is hidden bearish divergence, guys. It does not look good for Bitcoin. Let's take a measured move of that real quick. I'm going to get that off of there. Get both of those off of there. All right. Let's take a measured move of that. Let me get the RSI out of the way. If we take a measured move of that rising broadening wedge, you measure the widest part of the wedge to where it broke down over here. That gets us around the $6,000 range. Yeah, I'm just going to try to make this quick, guys. It's not looking good for Bitcoin. I don't care what the bulls say. We had this rising wedge or rising channel here. Measured move of that was 97. Still looking for that target. Once we broke this, we still have not broken above that range. So let's take a look here. All right, so we are also in this rising channel, which I do believe we're going to fall out of, and a lot of that being because of what Litecoin and Ethereum look like, and we'll be looking at that in a second. So a break of that, the first target's going to be around 10,020, somewhere in that range, $10,000 range. If we look at this as a bear flag, which I'm thinking that's less and less likely because of the size of it, but we're still going to look at the measured move, and that would be around, oh, look at that, 8,800. That was a serious area for support and resistance for a long time. So 8,800 is looking kind of juicy. And yeah, then we have that 9,700 here. So those are my targets. Like I said, the area to watch is going to be this trend line here, 11,100. A break above that and gaining support on that could be bullish, but it's not looking likely, guys. That divergence is looking pretty ugly. We have the same thing here. Lower highs in the RSI, higher highs in the price, bearish. Litecoin, still the same targets, guys. It does look like it's going to fall off a cliff here, right there. And our measured move, if that happens, is going to be around the 4,350 to 4,400. I'll move this up a little. Around 43.73, somewhere in that area. Same thing, if we look at that as a bear flag, we have a measured move of around $32. But our main target here is still looking at this as a rising channel where we broke out of here, around 38.62. Still looking at that. Again, we could get a nice push up in Litecoin, come up $52, $53 range before continuing down. Keep that in mind. A break above this 59 and getting back within this channel could be bullish. You know, if Bitcoin decides to do its 11,600 deal. Let's look at Litecoin. Same thing. Nothing's changed here, guys. Targets, nothing. Looking at the broadening wedge here where we broke down, that gets us to 246. We have come back up, tested this. We've actually got a couple peaks up above it. But as you can see, we are getting rejected there again. And the measured move of the breakdown, looking at this as a rising channel, is around 332. The measured move of breaking out of the rising broadening wedge in white is 246. And looking at this as a bear flag, which is getting a little long to be a bear flag, but it's still a possibility, gets us around the 204 range, which could be way back over here coming to retest this long-term trend line here. So be aware of that. Let's look at the DXY real quick, the dollar index. And what we've been looking at here is a falling broadening wedge. As of right now, the DXY is getting rejection on these EMAs here. From the swing low to the swing high, we are getting rejected at 382, which is around 9290. Next support's around 9270. If that breaks, the 0.618 is 9247, and 9214 is the 0.786. And if we came all the way back down, which would be bullish for Bitcoin, to retest this trend line here before continuing up, that could be a huge dump there. So keep an eye on that. But a break of this top trend line, guys, and that is bearish for Bitcoin and bullish for the DXY. And if you look here, you can see that is confluent with old support, which makes a lot of sense here. Be careful out there, guys. Thanks for watching. My videos are going to be real short this weekend because I'm going to be busy with some other stuff, but I will still be posting videos. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel by clicking the CryptoSavy logo above my head. Smash that like button and leave your comment down below. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'm out.